What's it mean?
It says, "Come water your horses, all you that are able. Come water your horses and give them some corn. And he that won't do it, the sergeant shall know it. He shall be whipped and put in a dark hole."
It's cold.
Come on.
You going out?
Yes, we've been summoned to a meeting with Commander Sheppey. Shakespeare! Yes, I shall need that.
That Secret Service man?
Shh, no one is supposed to know.
Everybody knows. Looks as if he's taken a correspondence course in leadership.
Oh, cheerio, darling.
Cheerio!
What have we here?
A map.
But what have we here?
Does he mean the Danube?
Well, at a rough guess, I'd say it was the Danube.
The Danube. Right. Now, you've been called here today because you're Englishmen. Young, robust, patriotic Englishmen who ought to be on active service, but for one reason or another are not.
Do I take it, General?
Commander.
Do I take it that conscientious objectors have no part in your plans?
In my world, young man, there is no such thing as a conscientious objector.
Good afternoon, Commander.
Right.
I think I'm a pacifist.
I should tell him later.
We'll be forming a striking force to hit the enemy where he'll feel it most. The belly. Last year, 400,000 tons of wheat went from Romania to Germany. And how did it get there?
The Danube?
The Danube, right. The belly. We'll be blowing things up. Explosions, laddies, explosions. We'll start with the iron gates. Remember, this isn't a lark, but it is an adventure. There'll be lots of fun, and we're letting you in on it. So, be prepared, await instructions, and keep your traps shut.
Of course, I'm only here as an observer.
And what do you observe about Sheppey?
Very amusing.
I'm clinically insane.
Hello, everyone!
What have you done?
It's only me.
Yes, well, what's that?
Balaclava helmet, present from Clarence.
Profesor, arătați ca o bubiță. Aul, aul, aul.
It is not a present. It was knitted by some gallant woman, probably in West Hartlepool, for the gallant Polish refugees to protect them from the gallant winter. I have loaned it to Guy and it must be returned.
It's ridiculous. Do you imagine the Poles will miss it?
I am responsible for the contents of an entire warehouse of such gallant garments.
You're also drunk.
I want to get drunk.
You are drunk.
I want to remain drunk. Despina!
Yes, jestem losem. Da, vă rog.
Bring us lots of beer.
Oh, Lots of beer, but lots of money?
Give her lots of money, Clarence.
Yes, lots of money to buy lots of beer.
Oh, that will buy only little beer.
Well, we already have a little beer. You go and buy a little more. Oh, darling, yeah, could you put that somewhere safe for me?
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
some beer. Right.
It says most secret.
A guy is going to blow up the River Danube and thereby bring the war to an early conclusion.
Don't sit on the cat!
Harriet, there are beggars dying in the snow. They collect their bodies each morning with a horse and cart, and you make a fuss about a cat.
People are dying. Is that an argument in favour of sitting on cats?
We don't have a cat, do we?
We have a cat. That is to say, I have a cat. Where do you want me to hide this?
Shh. Don't tell him. Secret.
You won't do it, will you? You won't go on secret missions to blow up the River Danube. You'd be hopeless. You can't even work a box of matches. Blow yourself up.
Darling, I can't fight, can I? But I do loathe and despise fascism. And I shall do anything in my power to destroy it. Now, if some apparent maniac asks me to blow things up in that cause, I think I shall do my very best to learn. And I shall be very careful. I'll ask someone else to carry the matches.
I think Yakimov is a spy. Is he not always telling us he knows secrets? But he will not tell us what those secrets are. It is no longer safe to be friendly with the English. I think we tell everyone Prince Yakimov is a spy.
Yakimov! No! Oh, dear boy. Do you know, I seem to have wandered into the wrong room.
Wrong room? You haven't got a room here. Sling your hook.
Dear boy, I really do need to stay in the centre of town, meeting friends for dinner.
You need to stay in the centre of town, hoping somebody turns up who will buy you a drink.
Well, more hungry than thirsty, to tell you the truth. I suppose you...
You won't get nothing more out of me, you parasite.
Wartime, you know. English should stick together.
You stick to people like shit sticks to a blanket.
Bit tasteless, dear boy.
Yakimov, have you got fleas? Oh.
If you're not a resident at the Attended Palace, you are not entitled to use their rooms.
I was a resident. I only moved out temporarily, so I took the caution of hanging onto a key, ready for when I moved back in.
And stop making people think you're a spy.
Spy? Who thinks I'm a spy?
I've been told you're spying for the British and for the Germans. Apparently you persuade people, newspapermen and the like, that you have valuable information.
Well, you know, my friends give me hospitality. I'd like to entertain them with stories.
I see. You invent the information, in fact.
One has no genuine information. One has to invent. Like to give value.
You could end up being shot by both sides simultaneously. Come in.
Is this Prince Yakimov?
It is indeed. Do you know Foxy Leverett?
By reputation, of course. Constant topic of conversation in the English bar. Foxy Leverett, intrepid hero in daring secret adventures.
Yes, we'd prefer you didn't talk about it.
Lips permanently sealed, dear boy.
Sit down.
I'm told you have a car.
A car? Well, yes and no. Fact is, the poor girl's impounded on the Yugoslav border. A Spana Suiza. Beauty.
Held on the border against unpaid debts, which you left in Yugoslavia, it seems.
Misunderstanding. 35,000 could clear up the whole business before you can say Verve Clico.
The fact is, Mr. Yakimov...
Prince?
Fact is, I'm slipping over the border into Yugoslavia, and it would be a great help to me if I could have a motor car in which to slip back.
My Spana Suiza?
You got the receipt, keys and so on.
Oh, yeah.
Clarence, can you do me a favour?
I see no compelling reason why I should.
I'm supposed to be having lunch with Harry, but I've been summoned to an important meeting.
Sheppey's fighting force?
I'm not allowed to say.
Sheppey's fighting force.
1 o'clock, Nestor's. But tell her I'll meet her at the English bar at 4 o'clock.
What about my own plans for lunch?
Oh, Clarence, don't be absurd. You never have plans.
True. You're the sort of woman that men confess to.
I considered the priesthood, but I'm not interested in horse racing.
My father was a clergyman.
Really?
A clergyman and a sadist. He believed devoutly in corporal punishment. He deliberately sent me to a school that believed in corporal punishment too, the great public school tradition of brutality. It destroys the human spirit, but then I suppose that's the intention.
Is that why you're a pacifist?
Who told you that?
You're not a member of Commander Sheppey's private army.
I told myself it was pacifism. Really, I just don't like to be with people. Oh, one at a time is sometimes bearable, but more than that,
Guy loves to be with people. He comes to life in a crowd.
There's nothing I can do to help Guy or you or me. Am I good company?
Not very.
Bless you for your beauty and your honesty.
We couldn't walk to the hotel.
I drive better like this.
My friends, I think. Fellow English spies. Dear Gail, how nice to see a human face. I say, you don't think I'm a spy, do you?
Have you seen Guy?
Well, no, I can't say that I have, dear girl. Eager to help.
Would you like a drink?
Thanks, dear boy. I might just struggle through a soupçon of brandy.
Nothing for me.
2 brandies.
Have you seen Guy?
Sorry, dear.
He was supposed to be here half an hour ago.
What price the fate of one individual when nations are toppling by the minute?
They all talk like their newspapers, these chaps.
Best plans, stick to the sporting life.
Has something happened?
Hungary's mobilizing, German troops flooding in, or the lines to Budapest are dead. It'll be our turn next.
Aren't the passes blocked with snow?
Oh, that old story. Snow didn't stop Hannibal, won't stop the Germans.
The Romanians said they would fight.
Have you seen the Romanian army? Bunch of half-starved peasants wouldn't go 3 rounds with a crazy gang.
Is this true about Hungary?
True enough for my paper.
Might as well have another drink. Doubt if we'll get one in Berlin.
Good thinking. Harry, fill ups!
We're both drinking brandy.
Can't decide what sort of bastard you are.
Nor can anyone else, dear boy.
I'm going to look for Guy. If he comes here, tell him I'm at the university or the information bureau. Or in the lake.
The lake's frozen.
I enjoy a challenge.
E doamna Pringle.
Mrs. Pringle. I wonder what she wants.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Harriet.
Good afternoon, Doamna Saipu.
Good afternoon.
Please take a seat, Harriet.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again. Glass of sherry.
Yes, please. There's a rumour Germany's invaded Hungary. Do you believe it?
It could be. Doesn't mean they'll come here. Hungary is more important to the Germans than Romania.
Thank you. Everybody thinks the Germans will come.
If Germany can get what she needs from Romania without the trouble of conquering the place, she'll be very happy to do so. And no, Harriet, I'm afraid I haven't seen your husband. He does tend to disappear without trace for hours on end.
I'm afraid he's gone off with Commander Sheppy on one of those insane sabotage expeditions.
Sabotage?
It's all most secret, but I gather it's about blowing up the River Danube. Dynamiting the iron gates, detonators down oil wells.
Yes, I see. I think you'd better leave this one to me, Harriet.
But where is Guy?
That is of no immediate importance. My concern is an important question of principle. If he'll turn up. You know he'll turn up. He'll go on turning up the rest of your married life.
Hi, darling.
Where on earth have you been?
What?
Don't you realise the Germans have invaded Hungary? They could well be invading Romania at this very moment.
Have you been talking to Galpin?
Yes, but it could still be true.
I heard the rumours. I rang the British legation. There'd been a breakdown in the line to Budapest. The line has now been restored. No one has invaded Hungary. And no one is going to invade Romania.
You weren't in the English bar at 4 o'clock.
I glanced in and you weren't there. I mean, I can't be precise exactly what time it was. And then I met Dubida and he was going to see a rather interesting French film, so I thought...
You've been to the pictures?
Well, you weren't in the English bar.
You were at the pictures.
Well, it was a René Clair film.
Why haven't you been blowing up oil wells?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was promised lunch with my husband. Instead of which I had 2 hours of soul-searching with Clarence Lawson. And for the next 2 hours, I played Hunt the Guy with no success. I was worried, damn you, worried. I thought you might be dead. Instead of which you were at the pictures with Do It out of all people.
You see, it was stupid to worry.
That's why I'm angry, because I was stupid. Are you reading the whole of Shakespeare?
Rereading.
Why?
I like Shakespeare.
I like
A harmless, necessary cat.
Is that Shakespeare?
Merchant of Venice.
Have I not hands, organs, senses, dimensions, passions?
Sorry, darling.
Doesn't matter. Good night, sweet prince.
Thank you. Guy. Hello, Harriet. I've just come from your friend, the mysterious Commander Sheppey.
Well, do I know him?
I informed him that whosoever he may be, he has no jurisdiction over my men. Now, Guy, I can well understand you're wanting to do something more dramatic than lecturing, but the situation does not permit. It just does not permit. You're here to obey orders. My orders.
Professor Inchcape, you must know that the King is about to announce an amnesty for the Iron Guard.
I've heard today's rumors, yes.
In other words, we are on the brink of a fascist takeover in this country. People are in prison without trial or any prospect of trial. Nobody knows what's become of the Drucker family. Sasha Drucker, my own student, has disappeared without trace. And you want me to answer this situation just by giving lectures?
Well, if you want to help, you can do some clerical work at the legation. You can hang up posters at the Information Bureau. You could help Lawson at the Polish Relief Centre.
Oh, yes, help him catalogue his balaclavas.
Guy, you are many things to many people, but you are not a warrior. And you're well out of it.
Well, somebody must have told him this Sheppey thing was secret.
A secret that everybody in Bucharest knew about. But I told him. Are we going for lunch now?
No.
Well, where are you going?
That's my business.
Any day, dear Grace. Probably delayed in the post. There's a war on, you know. Pay me my money. Pay me my money. Hello, dear boy.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
I've got a surprise for you.
A nice surprise.
Yes. I'm going to take you away for the weekend.
A holiday?
In the mountains. Better now?
Better, thank you.
And while we're away, Prince Yakimov's going to look after the flat for us. He's ill. He's hungry. He's been turned out of his lodgings.
He's a scrounger and a glutton.
Well, you must help him. Not because he's a good person, because he needs help.
Why can't you find some good people to help?
Well, Yakimov's not bad. I mean, if the world was composed of Yakimovs, there'd be no wars, would there?
We know anything.
Come into the room. Be nice to him.
How kind of beauty to feed her poor old yak.
Isn't it beautiful?
Has some good moments. Has some very good moments.
I'm talking about the mountains.
Oh, the mountains.
You do agree the mountains have some good moments?
Well, I really need my distance glasses, darling.
Can you see me without your distance glasses?
Of course I can, darling.
And what do you see?
I see you. If I look very closely, I can see myself reflected in your eyes.
You can see yourself reflected in anybody's eyes.
That's not the same. You're my wife. I married you. You're part of myself.
And am I part of you?
Naturally. I mean, the exact proportions may vary, but basically you're,
I love you.
I know.
Read your book.
Right.
Florence and Cressida.
Yes. That's the one.
The one?
They put it on at the National Theatre.
In Bucharest?
Yeah.
Have you told anyone?
Nope, I've just decided. I think 2 or 3 phone calls should do it.
But Guy, there are 28 speaking parts.
Yes, well, I shall ask some of my students to carry spears.
You need 28 people who can speak English, learn the lines, spare the time for rehearsals, and remain sober.
27.
28.
27. Cressida.
You're quite sure he'll have gone?
Of course, we sent the telegram and I told him quite firmly that the invitation to stay only covered the weekend.
Wake up! We expected you would be gone.
Oh, well, you know, I'm going this very day to go. Wanted to welcome you back, hear all about the trip.
Get out of our bed.
Oh, dear boy, I should... Poor old Yaki's rather a sick man. Perhaps I should take a bath.
It doesn't take me 2 hours to have a bath.
Oh, come on, darling, be charitable.
This is my home. I can't share it with someone I despise. seen the cat?
Well, to be truthful, darling, I haven't looked for the cat.
Ah, Despina. Unde e pisica?
Pisica? Oh,
There's no need to do that. Just tell me where the cat is.
a murit, Mrs. Pringley.
Dead?
Dead. Oh, vai de capul meu și de zilele mele.
Well, how did it happen?
I am cleaning room. Cat, go on the balcony. Then to next door balcony. Femeia de serviciu, no like cats. Makes like this. Cuts! Cat falls down. I found it. No pain. Death instant, Mrs. Pringley. I'm so sorry.
Where was Yakimov when this happened?
Ah, that one. He eat and sleep all the time.
You killed my cat.
Hands clean, dearest one. Verdict suicide.
Mrs. Pringley, all the time, he eat and sleep.
Yaki, how would you like to play Pandarus?
Not very good at card games, dear boy.
You killed my cat.
The deepest sympathy, much love, condolences in your sad... Wife seemed a little upset.
You'll only understand English poetry when you understand that English poets, without exception, have always been overprivileged, pampered, myopic, narrow-minded, and for the most part, alcoholic and homosexual. Personally, I'd rather listen to a Liverpool docket any day of the week.
How do you like to play Thersites?
Who else? Thersites?
Well, Shakespeare describes him as a deformed and scurrilous Greek.
All right, if I play him as a snivelling working-class lout.
Exactly what I had in mind, thank you.
So you want me to play Ulysses?
You would be perfect.
You always struck me as a thoroughly decent fellow, Ulysses. Many speeches, but still. Agamemnon.
Helen of Troy?
Achilles. What sort of chap is he?
A Greek commander.
Officer class?
Absolutely.
Well, the trouble is, Pringle, I'll be over the border into foreign parts any day now.
Yugoslavia.
Not in a position to say.
Well, what about you?
Him?
Not a chance, old son. Hate and despise William Shakespeare.
Why?
Because the bastard reminds me what I do to the English language. Harry, Phillips.
I do, thou sodden-witted lord. Thou hast no more brain than I have in mine elbow. And Asinico may chew to thee. You, scurvy valiant ass. Thou art here but to thrash Trojans. Thou art bought and sold amongst those of any wit like a barbarian slave. If thou used to beat me, I will begin at thy nails.
You dog.
You, scurvy lord.
You cur.
Yes, and then you hit him. Very good, excellent. Yes, now, darling and Yaki, would you like to dip your toes into Act 1, Scene 2? Very good, excellent.
Couldn't we just read the play through from start to finish? I can't tell what the story's about.
Yes, very good, Bella. It's just, if we can, at this point, begin to feel our way into the characters, I think we can just come back to the story anytime, okay? Thank you. Now, if you'd like to begin, point I mentioned earlier on, okay?
The
Whatever you
pass,
want.
is
Yes, absolutely.
I thought you were wonderful tonight.
Did you?
The way you enthuse everyone. It's really amateur dramatics. But everybody went home feeling it's the most important thing in the whole world.
No, it is, really. We'll start proper rehearsals at the university tomorrow. Darling, would you mind having a go at the costumes?
Costumes? I thought I was playing Cressida.
Well, I think you'd be so much more useful doing costumes. And of course, if you did the costumes, you wouldn't really have time to play Cressida.
Would this by any chance be a most secret message meaning you have someone else in mind to play Cressida?
Well, only if you can manage the costumes.
Who's playing Cressida?
Sophie. Well, I understand she's been very depressed lately, so I thought that if,
Who's bombing who, dear boy?
The Germans are bombing Norway.
Miles away. There's a continent. It's not a brave man. It's a knot. Does a man's heart good?
Why should a man be proud? How doth pride grow? I know not what pride is. Pause. I do hate a proud man as I do hate the engendering of toads.
Everybody in Bucharest is talking in Elizabethan prose or blank verse.
The engendering of toads, what does it mean? Does it mean anything? Does any of it mean anything? The Germans will be here before the first night anyway.
I've never seen Guy so happy.
I'm going to walk out of the show.
Whatever for?
His behaviour. Casting that bitch Sophie in your place.
Isn't one bitch much the same as any other?
No, Harriet. The answer is no.
That's very good, Di. This time go a little further back and try from good uncle, I beseech you, give yourself a run at it. Whenever you're ready.
Good uncle, I beseech you on my knees, I beseech you, what's the matter?
Thou must be gone, wench! Thou must be gone! Thou art
Did you do these? I drew them, yes. I copied the costumes from books. I've improved them, though. Guy wanted to do it in modern dress.
Helen of Troy? In modern dress?
Not uncle.
And he's supposed to be the intellectual? Oh, my God.
Yes.
Ah, the press has arrived.
Yes, and be gone from Troy's to his death. Please be.
Oh, in immortal gods, I will not go.
Where?
Thought you hated Shakespeare.
But I like a good story.
Is this a good story?
Europe in flames, German army crashing through Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg, and the English in exile doing Shakespeare. It's great stuff. The only trouble is I can't decide whether it's a defiant gesture in the face of the enemy or a shameful waste of time and money in the midst of a national crisis. What do you think?
I blame capitalist imperialism.
Of course you do. I'm just forgetting. Oh, do I espy the turd Yakimov?
Yeah, and he's going to steal the show.
Well, fella's a natural-born thief.
My back to defend my bells, upon my wit to defend my wiles, upon my secrecy to defend my honesty, my mask to defend my beauty, and you to defend all these. And at all these wards I lie to... at 1,000 watches.
Very good, darling. One note only, which is just to enjoy.
You needn't worry. He's only interested in art.
Now, if I can have your attention, please, hearken unto me. I have now been able to finalise dates. We shall give 2 performances on June the 14th in the National Theatre. Now, the first one will be in the afternoon for students, and the evening performance for grown-ups. Now, the proceeds will go to a special fund I've set up with Dubedat for the housing of poor students. Now, that means we have just over 3 weeks, so I shall expect you all to work even harder than hitherto, so stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, and be careful where you stick your spears. Now, any problems, questions, nervous breakdowns? Front page news?
Yep, I got some front-page news. Another strategic withdrawal.
Where now? Holland? Belgium?
The Germans have invaded the English bar of the Athénée Palace.
Who are all these ghastly people?
Businessmen, embassy officials, spies, even journalists got involved. Hear the drinking song from the student prince into the small hours.
There's a garden at the back of the hotel we could drink in. It's very pretty.
You mean the open air?
Yes, well, just as a temporary measure, you know.
Fresh air brings on my cough.
Come on. Let's go to the garden.
We shall return!
We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Brilliant audience. All our best families are here, and our runner-uppers. I just wonder who paid for the seats.
Cue music. Lights out.
In Troy, there lies the scene. From isles of Greece, the princes Augulus, their high blood chafed, have to the port of Athens sent their ships, fraught with the ministers and instruments of cruel war. Like or find fault, do as your pleasures are. Now good or bad, 'tis but the chance of war.
Time hath, my lord, a wallet at his back, wherein he puts alms for oblivion, a great-sized monster of ingratitudes. Those scraps are good deeds past, which are devoured as fast as they are made, forgot as soon as done.
The cuckold and the cuckold maker are at it. Now, bull! Now, dog! Blue, Paddy, blue!
So, Aelian, fall thou next. Come, Troy, sink down. Here lies thy heart, thy sinews, and thy bone. On, Myrmidons, and cry you all amain. Achilles hath the mighty Hector slain. The dragon wing of night o'erspreads the earth, and stickler-like the armies separates. My half-supped sword that frankly would have fed, pleased with this dainty bait, thus goes to bed.
Merrily the humble bee doth sing, till he hath lost his honey and his sting, and being once subdued in armored tale, sweet honey and sweet notes together fail. Good traders in the flesh, set this in your painted cloths. As many as be here of Panda's hall, your eyes half out, weep out at Panda's fall. Or if you cannot weep, yet give some groans, though not for me, yet for your aching bones. Till then, I'll sweat and seek about for eases, and at that time bequeath you my diseases.
Congratulations. It was a tremendous success.
It wasn't bad, was it? When I do another one,
Surely not another.
Well, I thought you enjoyed it.
Wonderful costumes, Harry.
Thank you. Wonderful Ulysses.
Well, one does one's best.
I thought Dubedat was rather good, considering.
He knows how to exploit his natural unpleasantness. Oh, would you excuse me a moment?
Save me, Harry.
What should I have to save you?
They're bound to send me back to London soon. Come with me.
Come with you?
Yes.
I haven't been married a year and already I'm being propositioned.
Your husband is a fool.
I'd rather have a fool who believes in something than a fool who believes in nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? I regret to inform you that Paris has fallen to the Germans. That's all.
Such times we had in Paris.
But are we downhearted?
I think we are a little.
I give you a toast. Victory.
Victory!
Nicole! Hai, vi dico!
You see? Fool.
But they believe him. I believe him.
You believe in victory?
I believe in the possibility of a future. You're like Yakimov. You belong to the past.
All we have is a past. All England has is a past. Soon England will be invaded.
Nonsense.
And when England is lost and we are left here marooned on the wrong side of Europe, The money running out. Who will knit balaclava helmets for us?
Nobody can save you, Clarence.
Wonderful costumes, darling.
Thank you.
I'm going to drink all night.
What'll happen here?
Chaos. The king doesn't trust the people don't trust the government doesn't trust itself. This was such a rich country, ruled by weak and foolish people. They had a great fortune, and they squandered it.
The only great fortune is life. We won't squander it.
Of course, my problem is this. Whenever I see a gun, I reach for my culture.
Dancing in the dark till the tune ends. We're dancing in the dark, and it soon ends. We're waltzing in the wonder of why we're here.
Professor Pringle. Sorry?
Sasha Drucker.
Oh my God, what's happened to you?
When my father was arrested, they took me for military service. I ran away. I've been hiding here for days. I couldn't believe it when I saw you.
You must come home with us.
Are you hungry? It's breakfast time anyway.
We must be careful.
We'll be careful. It's all right. Come on.
What is it?
I was a stranger and you took me in. Isn't that the expression you use?
Hardly ever. Come on.